I think empathy is one of the most misunderstanding words we use. Can everyone look down? I'm sure that everyone here is wearing a pair of shoes, each shoe different from the other. I bet every single person here right now is wearing a different pair of shoes. Standing in someone else's shoes. What does it really mean? Seeing the world from their eyes and feeling what they're feeling. However, I don't think that's possible. Because when we do that, we make an assumption about someone else's life, which may or may not be true. To me, empathy is listening to someone talk and trying to understand what they're going through. Hi, everybody. I'm Ananya Sejwani, a grade 12 student and the founder of Project Pause, an animal welfare NGO dedicated to improving the lives of stray animals through community awareness and action. I know a lot of you are thinking right now, what does a teenager possibly know about empathy to come on stage and talk to me about it? But I think I would surprise you. People often assume that being young means we're still exploring, still figuring things out, and that wisdom only comes with decades behind you. However, that's not always the case. Imagine the year 2020. While each of us was at home trying to stay safe and keep busy, those streets were completely empty and the stray dogs were completely alone. During that time, there used to be a pack of stray dogs outside my colony. And me and my best friend made it our life's mission to go outside every single day and feed these dogs and spend some time with them. The feeling of being able to help someone was very new to us because as children, we had always been at the receiving end of the love and affection. We realized that these dogs deserved a home of their own. And in 2024, Project Pause was born. Now, we're a group of 20 that is bonded by our shared love and affection for animals. So today, I stand in front of you, not as an adult with years of experience, but as a 17-year-old. A 17-year-old with a passion for animal welfare and community service. Young people aren't observing the pressures of today's world from a distance. We're living them. We understand the need to fit in, the fear of being excluded, and the constant pressure of social media, and the loneliness that can be felt even in crowded rooms. Because these are experiences we witness every single day. Maybe that's why we have something unique to offer. I believe that unique challenges require unique solutions. Now, some of you may be thinking, how can something so small bring a real change? Empathy is powerful because it allows us to notice someone else's problems before they become a crisis. Sometimes the most meaningful thing we can do isn't offer the perfect advice or give the perfect solution. Sometimes all we can do is just listen to the other person and make them feel seen and heard. Everyone is born with empathy. Yet, as we grow older, we learn to suppress it. As said by John Dewey, a philosopher, we don't learn from experience, we learn from reflecting on experience. So please reflect with me. Why is it that something so natural, so common, is so often overlooked? Why is it that we find it easier to laugh with the crowd, make those same jokes, rather than take action? Is it because we have become so distracted by popularity, achievement, and the constant pressure of thinking what everyone else is thinking of us? Here, as students, we call ourselves a batch. We call our friends our family. And we call ourselves a community. But if community is something we value so deeply, why is it that so many of us feel invisible? Is it because it's something we proudly talk about instead of something we intentionally practice? Empathy fades in the ordinary moments that seem too small to matter. It can be as noticing a problem that everyone has learned to ignore. For me, this was when I witnessed a stray dog being hit by a car late at night. Instead of accepting this unfortunate reality, we fitted these dogs for glow in the dark collars. So the next time, this wouldn't happen. A lot of people ask me, Ananya, why do you feel so passionate about animals? But over time, I've realized it was never only about animals. It was about understanding the struggles of a being that doesn't speak our language. It was about noticing the lives of people that walk past us every single day. And it was about understanding the way society treats vulnerable beings. The difficult part is no one really teaches us what to do in the moments that matter. We walk past the same Didi Bhaiyas, the same cafeteria staff, the same guards every single day without ever actually learning their names. This is not because we don't appreciate them, but because we have become so accustomed to their presence that we stop seeing them behind those roles. Instead of individuals with their own stories, fears, struggles, they become part of the background. The cleaner becomes just the cleaner, the guard becomes just the guard, and the quiet student in the back becomes the quiet one. Over time, doing nothing becomes easier than doing something. The absence of empathy isn't always loud. Sometimes it's simply the absence of noticing. Empathy challenges the way of our thinking. It teaches us that every single person we meet has a life of their own, has fears, has struggles of their own. One of the moments that changed my understanding of empathy was when I was volunteering. And I came across this one dog. This dog was very fearful of people. At first, I wanted to take immediate action, give him food, give him water, and move on to the next task. However, this dog was very scared and would not come near us. We had to wait for over 2 hours for him to finally trust us and come close to us. And when he finally did, that feeling was surreal. That exact moment taught me that empathy is not measured by how strongly you feel for someone or how much you want to help them. Sometimes it's measured by how willing you are to pause, take a step back, and handle with care. Even in school, we're in such a rush to respond and react to a situation that we forget to listen to the other person. Here's my solution: put yourself out there. Go sit on that lunch table with a bunch of people you've never talked to before. What if by the end of it, you become fast friends? I met my best friend Tanvi the same way. That's how connections build impact. The reassuring voice you're seeking, that smile that can brighten your day, these you already carry within you. So make them count with action. Project Pause is the perfect example of just that. Change rarely ever occurs through something dramatic. It occurs when someone says, I will not walk past this today unnoticed. So, the question I want to leave you with isn't whether you're capable of empathy or not. The question I want to leave you with is, what will you choose to notice when you walk outside this room today? Will you walk in someone else's shoes or will you walk beside them? Thank you.